Now we have shit to talk about today.
We do.
But before we do, curse update.
I thought we left the curse in April. We put April in the bin. We're in May. What's going on, Revz?
It's gonna be May. The curse continues.
With a vengeance.
Literally like plague and pestilence. I was T-boned in a car accident.
She was.
I have never been in a T-bone car accident before, but a person ran a red light into my driver's side door, like into me. It was very terrifying.
So worrying, Revz. Like when you texted the group chat for work, Katie and I were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And do you know what? Obviously, I could tell you're okay because it's the first thing you said. I've just been T-boned. I'm okay. But my first thought was that fucking curse.
The curse persists.
It does.
And then explain this, DLs. I have a fruit fly infestation in my car. I have no food in my car. There's no old banana. Jem's like, there's a banana peel in your bonnet. That's the only explanation.
I have a theory.
The curse. That's the theory.
No, not the curse. I believe that the mechanic, because DLs, you'll remember, prior to the T-boning situation, her car broke down. The battery completely died. Revz's car had to get picked up by roadside assist, taken to a mechanic. I reckon the mechanic was having a late night snack, fixing your car under the bonnet, had a bite of a banana, left
the
it.
peel in there.
Yes, because the fruit fly, I've never seen anything like it, DLs.
It's a plague. It's a plague and it's part of the curse.
You open the car door and it's like a swarm of fruit flies emerge and hum around your face. And then you bat them away and then you get in the car and you slam the door and you're like, well, they're outside now.
Nope.
And then more emerge from the
where?
aircon
From whence? No one knows.
I reckon the aircon vent. Anyway, it's full on.
Now, before you think, well, obviously this curse is on the car because everything's happening in the car. No. It bleeds everywhere into my life, everywhere. Dude, please, never forget the toenail gate of May.
Of May?
Was it May?
April.
Fuck. April. Anyway, the curse continues. I'm seriously looking into Reiki. However, this morning something very strange happened.
Oh, what?
In further curse chat. So Teddy's awaiting something he bought online. So every morning when he wakes up at Sparrows, he goes and checks the post box, even though all deliveries come to the front door.
Quickly, details. What's he waiting on?
A karate outfit, don't you know?
Obviously.
Yeah. Anyway, so
question, has he taken up karate?
He wants to.
Okay.
I've told him he needs to get rid of one activity if he wants to start karate.
Is he willing to give something up?
Yeah, but I don't want him to give up what he wants to give up. He wants to give up gymnastics.
No,
and I'm like, stop trying to give up the one thing you're fucking good at.
Why is he so hot and cold with gymnastics?
I think because it comes so easily to him.
He's got a
kinda
God-given talent. It's
Anyway,
wasted.
And it's wasted.
Okay, so karate, yep.
Anyway, this is by the by. He went to the post office, put the post box at the front of our house, and he came back in and said, goes, Mum, so weird. My karate thing hasn't arrived. I'm like, yeah, no shit. He's like, but this was in our post box. There was a piece of white quartz, like a crystal, in our post box.
It's been charged with negative energy.
Oh, you think that's the curse?
Well,
I thought maybe someone heard about my curse and has put a protection on us.
Revz, you talked about your curse weeks ago. That crystal has not made the curse dissipate or lifted the curse.
But maybe they put it in overnight. You know?
Okay. Let's
No,
hope
I'm trying to think the best of the world.
Yeah. Okay. Let's assume
You think
that.
that's the problem? Maybe
No.
do we need to bury the crystal? I need a witch.
I don't know. Can we go back to Reiki? Because that feels somewhat more legit than burying a random crystal that your son found in the letterbox. So,
sorry, when you summarize it,
yes.
it sounds cuckoo.
Let's go back to Reiki.
Yeah. Should I do some Reiki?
I would endorse this.
Yeah.
Normally, I wouldn't. I'd
Yeah.
be like, Revz, save your dollars. Not shitting on Reiki, but you know, it's a nice
Hard to
do.
quantify.
Yeah, I think you should maybe consider that because even
I've got to
I
do something.
am concerned.
Yeah, even you were like, okay, something's going on.
Like this can't bleed into July because that's your birthday month, or maybe the curse lifts at midnight when the bell strikes.
Maybe I should have a curse party.
You're Cinderella.
Maybe that's the theme of my 40th. Lift the curse. Break the curse. We'll do some pagan shit.
Oh, man.
Let's start the episode.
We have 1,000 things to do, but we'd rather chat to you. With emails and meetings and husbands and kids, we don't have time for this. Just what you need, two basic bitches with a podcast. Hello and welcome to We Don't Have Time for This. I'm your host, Gemma Pranita, aka Gemma Pina on the gram, along with my co-host,
Kate Revz.
DLs. Revz mentioned at the head. We've got news to share.
We've got news, and fuck, we've been sitting on this one for a long time, and it has taken everything in us, these oversharing bodies, to not talk about it.
I reckon the DLs can guess.
Well, they know because it dropped this morning.
Oh, okay. Guys, we're going on tour!
We're going on tour!
2025, baby.
And, oh my God, has this tour gone turbo?
It sure has.
This tour has had a human growth hormone injection. If you like 2023 and 2024,
get ready.
get ready.
Like, strap yourselves in.
Buckle up, bitches.
It's the scariest roller coaster you and I have ever been on.
Yes. The circus is coming to town.
It sure is, DLs.
So, our brand new live show,
In case you missed it,
Who Is She?, is coming to a city near you. Some new cities this time.
yeah, Canberra.
Canberra, we finally got to you.
We're going to be in you.
Yeah, we can't wait to be
Finally.
inside you, Canberra. We've been teasing for years.
We tried really hard to
We
make
know
Canberra.
you were off us for a while because we kind of like said we were coming, then we didn't work out or whatever. It's worked out, you know. We have been brought to Canberra actually by a very passionate, wonderful
DL.
DL, and it's all happening.
Thanks to Canberra Outlet.
Yes,
We owe it to you guys. We owe it to them for getting us there.
Yeah, very excited to be playing the Playhouse in Canberra and also doing a little bestie brunch at Canberra Outlet. We're coming back to Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth. 2 shows in Perth this time because Perth turn out.
But, DLs, the biggest pinch me moment of them all is that we will be doing not 1, not 2,
Not 3.
not 3, but 4 shows at the Sydney Opera House.
My
Pinch,
God.
pinch, pinch, pinch.
Yeah, just like we're not going to go on and on and on about it, but
We'll try really hard not to.
we'll try really
DLs.
hard not to. But for Gem and I personally, this is just such a huge deal. It's been a dream of ours for a long time. A lot of you know it's on our 40 by 40, 50 by 50s. And we're going to tick it off. And we're just so excited to be doing it in this capacity.
Yeah.
You know, like with the DLs, with each other. It's just very, very special and meaningful to us.
Yes, and in case you also missed it, we're actually doing our very first matinee.
Yeah.
Because you guys asked, and we really do try and listen.
Yeah, we do.
And we appreciate and understand that for some of you, getting away at night is tricky.
Yeah, or impossible.
Yes.
Yes. And we couldn't make it happen in every city, but we're sort of it's something we're trying out. A lot of people have asked us over the years, oh, could you please do a matinee? Could you please do a matinee? So we're going to try it at the Opera House, no less.
Yeah.
So if that's for you, come along.
I can't believe it's happening. For context, we had to apply to get into the Opera House. You can't
Yes.
just book it. Like, you
No.
can't just look up the Opera House website and go, oh, they've got free space
Yeah,
on
yeah.
these dates. The theatre hasn't been booked. We'll just, add to cart and book
No.
the show there.
It's a curated venue.
Yes, you get heavily vetted. You have to prove a lot of shit. You got to demonstrate a lot of stuff. You got to hand over receipts.
We will be honest. Like we were like, well, let's go for it, but we
Why
were
not?
not expecting it to actually happen. So it was pretty exciting and just it still pinched me. I think we haven't even fully processed it until
No.
we walk into that venue.
I think I'll cry.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
Gonna
Yes.
burst into tears.
I think I'll be crying entire tour.
DLs, Revz and I saw a very special show in this theatre, the one that we are performing at, the Playhouse. It was Bell Shakespeare's production of Julius Caesar, and it was one of those moments you can kind of pinpoint the moment in your life where you went, oh, this is
this is what I want to do.
What I want to do,
Yeah.
and this is our thing, because we both walked out of that show and we both could not stop talking. It was like a watch party. But how old were we?
Oh,
was it year 9?
Year
Was it
8.
year 8.
So we would have been
13,
14.
Yeah, like two little 13-year-old theatre geeks feeling like their lives have been forever altered by this production of Julius Caesar. And we just could not stop dissecting, unpacking, talking about it, arguing about it, sharing our highlights, what we thought they could have done differently, what was mind-blowingly impressive, the cast, the set, the concept.
Yeah, and who knows if it was really a good production. Do you know what I mean? Because we were 13.
It doesn't
matter. But
matter.
at the time, it was that seminal moment where we got inspired to, really go for it. And so we're going to be performing on that exact stage, which for us is just so full circle, so poetic, pretty exciting. And we hope you share with us. Tickets are going on sale 10 a.m. Monday, the 2nd of June. Okay? This year, again, which we learn every year. Every single year we learn things. There will be no early release. There will be no Viddle only, nothing. It's just gates open, all seats, all tickets, all cities, all venues, all shows will go on sale at 10 a.m. Monday, 2nd of June.
But the thing that we're getting better at this year is giving our DLs notice.
Yes.
Because we have learnt now 2 years in a row that we haven't given you guys enough notice or clarity around dates and time of ticket dropping.
Yep.
We appreciate that Sydney sold out faster than either of us anticipated.
4 minutes.
To a point where like my mum couldn't get tickets.
Yeah, look, our families were very mad at us last year.
Yes.
So
and we understand that it's stressful.
Yes.
But we've given notice.
Yes.
And can we talk about the Viddle package
Oh my
this year?
God.
Because it's really exciting. And you know how we said we're trying out matinee, we're doing things differently. It's our 3rd year. We got a lot of lessons under our belt. We're also handling Viddle differently this year.
Yeah, so for those who are new here, Viddle is the affectionate term for our VIDL ticket, which is
very important DLs.
a very important DL. So there's general admission tickets, which are all fantastic. There's not a bad seat in any of these venues. But if you would like to make a really special night of it, we have VIDL tickets, which include a truly stunning merch pack this year. Now, in previous years, there's been a goodie bag on your seat. We're not doing that anymore. This year, you will receive in the mail,
well ahead of the show,
a special present from us here at We Don't Have Time for This. What's in the merch pack, Gem?
What isn't is what you should be asking. DLs, we have got the coolest mum cap you've ever owned. It says, "Who is she?"
Yeah.
Obviously.
It's a great colorway.
But the color.
Yeah, it's really sensational.
It's all in the color. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
And we have a Boss t-shirt.
Exclusive VIDL t-shirts.
Always.
So
All the IDL merch is exclusive.
now we'll get
Just
to this,
FYI.
but there will be merch this year.
Merch.
Merch, and more merch. But VIDL merch is only available with the VIDL ticket. You won't be able to get it any other way. You are also getting the brand new Skim Flat wine cup, which I have been using for months and I'm obsessed with.
Interestingly, Revz has been using it for her morning smoothies.
I have, because it's a really good size.
Yeah.
So we've done a Skim Flat wine cup before, but we wanted to upgrade it.
Yeah, she's been elevated. She's got a glow up. She's butter yellow.
She's butter yellow.
She's a taller
etched.
tumbler.
She's insulated. She would work for a coffee, like a big coffee, or like a whatever size coffee you want. I've been using it for a smoothie. She takes 2.5 glasses of wine. If you're into park wine or school assembly wine or wherever you like to smuggle your wine, she's a really very good emotional support cup.
My personal favorite merch addition this year are socks.
Yes.
But not just any socks. Grippy Pilates socks.
Grippy Pilates socks that say 100p.
100p.
And we can't forget, you also get a pair of exclusive Gimme Gold earrings available nowhere else other than for DLs. It's crazy. We can't believe Gimme wanted to do this with us.
Love
We're
Gimme
so
so
excited.
You guys are getting spoilt with gifts.
And then, of course, the iconic VIDL lanyard that gets you entry into the VIDL meet and greet after the show, which we love. It's so special for me and Jem. We love hugging you. We love hearing how you found the show. We love seeing you guys meet each other.
Just chatting. Where have you come from?
Yeah.
How
What's
far
your story?
did you travel? Tell us your story. Yeah, it's so special.
Yeah. So,
and of course, Revz, you're forgetting house seats.
Oh, yeah, the best seats in the house.
Yes.
At every show. If you want to do Viddle this year, you just have to select that ticket and pop in your address, and you will be joining us in that capacity.
And as always, DLs, just like previous years, VIDL seats are strictly limited.
Yes.
Once they're sold out, and they make up the minority of the seats in every single theatre, so they go quickly.
Yeah.
So we're just giving you the heads up to get yourselves organised if you want to gather your gals to have an extra special night and book VIDL. You've been told.
Yes. Now, on You've Been Told, there will also be show merch. 4 pieces of show merch this year.
Once again, you guys asked and we listened.
You asked, you wanted it, we've done it. There are 2 dad caps and there are 2 t-shirts. The iconic crew t-shirt, which is what our team, Show Fam, wear backstage. That is available for purchase. We also have our Showgirl t-shirt, which is in the most exquisite pink.
It's such a great colour. And can I just say, the amount of work that went into getting the right drape of this tee is next level, DLs. We didn't just get samples and go, yeah, it'll do.
Yeah.
No, we were like, it's not right.
Yep.
The cut's not right. The fabric's not right. Nope, next.
Yep.
Got to do another search.
Yep.
Did a whole other round. Not right. Next. And then we finally found this cut. It's the drop shoulder.
Yeah.
It's
oversized.
Yeah, it's the
cool.
perfect oversized cut, but also the pink.
Yeah.
It's that acid washed
Yes.
pink tone. It's fucking cool.
It's sick. And it's one size fits all, oversized fit. It's awesome. You will love it. And then the caps. I mean, we all need multiple caps in our lives for our dirty hair school run days. We've got 2. We've got a cream neutral, Who Is She? And we've got a cobalt blue with the iconic pink embroidery, Who Is She? Just divine. All of it divine.
Take your pick.
Take your pick. What's your piece?
Okay, I know we promised we wouldn't go on and on, but I feel like if we get this out of our bodies now,
Yes.
then it won't consume every other episode in the future. But I did want to share with the DLs a little bit about our writing retreat.
Yeah.
So we went away and we stayed at the beautiful Salt Shoal Bay, which, by the way, you guys need to book that
Oh my
place.
God.
It is the
Heaven.
perfect.
I felt like we were in heaven.
Yes.
Writing the show from heaven.
The view, like it's unbeatable. The high ceilings, the pitched roof. Also, it's perfect for a girls' weekend. Sorry, this is now sounding like a not spawn, but just really quickly, it's hard to find Airbnbs where all the rooms are good.
Yeah. Totally.
Like there's always one person who's like crammed into the shit room and one person who has like an epic 3-bedroom apartment.
Totally.
as a master suite.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's so fucking good. So we booked this inspiring place. We knew we wanted to go away somewhere.
We always have to get away from our families, from our life, from our day-to-day job, take ourselves out so we can really focus.
And just immerse fully in the world of the show.
Yeah.
And what's fabulous about not dealing with kid bedtime routine is that when the creative juices flow into 8 p.m., 9 p.m. after you've eaten dinner, you have permission to do that because you're not dealing with anyone but each other.
Yeah. I've got to say, Jem and I were really like, do we do another show this year?
Yeah,
like,
we did.
How could we possibly offer anything more after Sorry for Existing? That was a highly emotional, deeply personal show that really landed with you guys. And we were like, oh, is there anything left to give? And so we really sat on it for a while.
We took the school holidays over Christmas and New Year to decompress and step away, not just from show life, but from the podcast itself, to get into the world, do different things, live life outside of the podcast and see if we were feeling inspired.
Yeah. And then we both were like, we've
we
got
came-
another one in
yeah,
us.
we came back from the holidays and we were both like, you got ideas?
Yeah.
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 We got ideas.
And, we're on this growth journey together, and Can We Not Evolve was first, and then Sorry for Existing. And now we're like, who is she? She's putting her head up over the trenches and she's coming out of that stage of motherhood, and we've got a lot of questions about what womanhood has in store for us at this stage of life. And of course, it's full body lols, lots of jokes, lots of songs, lots of guest appearances.
Yeah.
Friends of the pod coming back, lots of fun things. But we've got a lot to say.
Yeah, the title of the show, it was full body yes from both of us when we landed on this title, because it speaks to all stages of motherhood. It's like when you first have a newborn, you're like, who am I?
Yeah.
I have lost my identity. But then, as Rev said, the emergence of trying to discover, who am I? What are my hobbies? What do I like? Do I want to go back to work? Don't I? Is this still my career? Is this still my passion, my interest?
Is this my forever relationship?
Yeah.
Is this right down to what is my hairstyle?
Yes,
all of
totally.
it. Just everything that we face as women.
Yeah.
And especially at this stage of life for millennial women, where I think we're all looking in the mirror and being like,
course.
who is she?
But also, I love that take from a female friendship POV when you see your girlfriend killing it and you're like, who is she?
100%.
It's the best. It's all feel good vibes. And we're going to answer that question to the full edges
Yes.
of who the hell is she in the live show.
Now, if you haven't seen the poster, the circus is coming to town
It
because
sure is.
motherhood is a high wire act. Don't we all know it?
It's a bloody circus.
Yeah. And it turns out it is our circus and they are indeed our monkeys. So we hope you will join us at Who Is She? Don't worry, we'll be spamming you with all the details right until tickets are on sale.
I'm so excited
I'm
that
so
this is out
excited.
there.
I know. It feels like we've been lying to you guys by omission. We've had so many messages.
Well, also, it's a little bit of a self-awareness piece, okay? Because Revz and I, we know ourselves. We are the frothiest frothers of all of Frothville, and we can't help but want to talk about this. And we know that the pod can get a little bit much if we're just talking about the show for months and months and months on end. I mean, we've been talking about it since January, but we didn't want to tire and bore your ears with our processes.
Too much sausage.
Way too much sausage. And to lift the curtain even further, I had mad imposter syndrome with this tour. Thank God I've had Revz to pick me up and encourage me that, no, we can write a whole other show, because I'm scared.
Yeah.
And you know what? When I really zoom out from it, it's like, Jem, get that fucking pressure off your shoulders and focus more on just being in the same room with the DLs.
100%.
It doesn't matter what the show is. We're just going to have a fucking fun night. But I think I just caught myself feeling like, well, DLs have got expectations. I know we talked about this in year 2 of the show, where I was like, well, now they have expectations. Year 1 was great because we were like, surprise, it's not a sit down on a couch podcast live show. We're doing a show with jazz hands and all. And then in year 2, it was like, okay, now they know what they're going to get. Let's elevate it even more. And there's just this constant pressure of being bigger, better, more, whatever.
Except there isn't. The DLs don't have a constant pressure on us. It's only self-inflicted.
I know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm happy to report that I have parked that.
Yeah, she's over it now.
I am well and truly over it, especially after Writer's Retreat, where I could really see the shape of the show. And now I'm just excited for you guys to have another fun night, to feel fucking seen, have a belly laugh.
Yeah.
And watch us be idiots on stage.
It's your favorite podcast, clowns. Mm-hmm. Speaking of the podcast, we've had some polls recently that have, put us in our place, humbled us as you will.
They sure have.
We always spout our bullshit on this mic every week, and then we chuck up on Instagram and we ask you guys to weigh in on what we're talking about. And this last week's did not disappoint.
Well, the one that didn't surprise us was a poll where we asked, is your partner a sharer with mental health chat? And the results were 16% say their partners share with their friends. 5% say they share with their family.
Oh,
that
wow.
surprised me, if I'm honest. And it's sad. It's sad. 8% said they share with a therapist. And a whopping 71% say they share exclusively with me. So 71% of our DLs have confessed to being the carrier of their partner's entire mental health journey and experience. And that is a heavy burden.
Well, it tracks with the messages we get and when we talk to you guys, what you say. But it's just like to see that.
It's sobering.
Yeah, it is sobering. Thank you for all your feedback on that episode. We know it really hit and it was very people were sharing that around a lot. And we hope you felt seen about that. We know it's a huge issue for us. Don't know what the solve is.
Yeah, there's no solution, really.
But sometimes it's just good to air this stuff out together.
Yeah.
We asked you what stage of parenting you want to get in the bin. We got a lot of responses here.
We sure did.
One was car seats.
Preach!
Yeah, I got to say, reporting from the other side, it's one of the biggest life upgrades you can have.
I'm halfway there.
Halfway there, but not all the way there.
Oh, we're halfway there.
Whoa!
Living on a prayer.
You'll get there. Sleep-ins, because they wake themselves up. I mean, I'm there too. My kids get themselves up and busy themselves. It's again, reporting from the other side. It's really good.
Oh, I dream of such things. Talk dirty to me.
I know.
How good is it?
It's amazing. I feel so well rested most of the time.
Oh, yes.
That's not true. I do not. But I'm not getting up like you in the 4s and 5s and fucking making wheat bix. I'll tell you what. Not dropping food on the floor. Get a dog.
I'm out of that stage.
Ah!
Yeah, it's a good stage.
Yeah.
I've entered the new era of where they can keep all their food on their plate and mostly off their clothes.
Wow.
Yeah, another win.
That's a big win.
Yeah, you know that era where the neck of every t-shirt your kid wears is stained orange?
Yes, which comes directly out of the era of slobber. Like it's just that bib of slobber.
And you don't
wet
even
tops.
notice that it ended until you acknowledge it.
Totally.
So DLs, if you're there, acknowledge it. Small wins.
I can't wait till we all eat the same meal.
I'm not there yet.
I'm largely there.
Yeah, I feel like I should be there. I feel like most friends,
especially with your good eaters,
with kids, it's a me thing.
it's a you
It's a
thing.
me
You
thing.
want your special weird meal.
Yeah, but also I yearn for dinners around the table all together, decompressing together about how our days went. The problem that I have is I can't cook. Numero uno. I know it's a thing, but I made a deal with myself, and I really want to try and honor this and commit to it.
Okay.
That when Iggy starts school, so that one pickup, one drop off, one routine shared between Rafa and Iggy, and he'll be a little bit older. He'll be 6 when he starts school. That I can push his bedtime by half an hour and match it to Raf's, and just get into that rhythm and routine to break down and talk about school. I don't know.
Great.
I'm going to try and really hard to make this happen.
I'm sure that will work perfectly and go off without a hitch.
Obviously.
Lol. Shitty nappies. Well, yeah. I mean, that one you really do mark, I think.
That one you really feel in your bank account.
Your bank
if I'm
account,
honest.
your
It
bin
thanks you.
account.
Yeah,
you
all
know?
of it. And getting rid of a nappy bin.
Can we not forget how quickly nappies fill up your bin, like your house rubbish bin?
Yeah.
They really fill that
Take up
quickly.
so much space. I had 2 in nappies at one stage. It wasn't a long-lasting stage, but I had an Ubi nappy bin, and that thing was rank after 2 kids.
Constant
And the
maggots.
day I put that out with the council clear-up was a milestone for me.
Beautiful.
Good riddance.
I mean, there's 50,000 messages here saying sleeping through the night, sleep. Yeah. Both kids in school, 1 drop off. Yes.
A mum can dream.
A mum can do. Well, it's coming for all of you.
I know, nearly there.
Yeah, it is a big upgrade.
There was an era where Iggy was spending half a week at a preschool and half a week at a daycare, and Rafa was at school, and I had apps coming out of my paws. Different apps for different things, double Mother's Day events, double Father's Day, just double everything.
Double everything on different days, different requirements.
Just all of it.
When they can dress themselves, put on their own clothes. Yep. Beautiful.
Big win.
They can clean themselves. Yes, I'm just in this phase now.
What do you mean?
Well, they can shower themselves.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't have to like set it all up and then dry them down.
supervise.
And supervise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally say showers.
And they're off.
Well, no, I have to say it 85 times. But they'll do the actual physical cleaning. They'll do it themselves.
Oh, I don't know what that feels like.
I know. It's lovely.
Yeah, bath time is always supervised.
In fact, now I'm into the bang, bang, bang. Hurry up. What are you doing in
You're
there?
using all the hot water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God, what are you doing in there? That's so alien to me.
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Cause my kids like privacy now.
And they develop a private life of their own separate to you.
Which is important.
Absolutely.
But it feels like, okay, we're all starting to, who are they?
Yeah,
Who is she? We're all starting to get a little more of our own time. It's wild. For breastfeeding to end, I mean, God, that is such a interesting and varied journey for everybody. Because I know you were like, I cannot wait for breastfeeding to end.
Yeah.
Whereas
But I know for some people and do you know what? I would chat to friends who were like, I'm so emotional.
Yeah, I was.
I remember you were, and I wasn't a mum then, and I was like, oh, I don't get it, but that must be a thing. And then I felt guilty that I hated breastfeeding and that I wanted it to end because all I knew was you loving it and being really sad when it ended.
Like I had to really talk myself through wrapping it up with Isla. She was 14 months old and I was like, it's time. Like it is time. But woof, that was a journey. And then Teddy weaned himself and I was so upset. It's so funny.
Yeah.
A parent's weekend away. Looking
get
forward to
the
being able to do that. Yeah, that's a big one. And but you know, I mean, I can have weekends away, but it's not. I think until they're teenagers and sort of have some version of their own life, I still feel guilty.
Do you?
Yeah, because I'm still like, oh, I'm missing soccer or we're not together. You know what I mean? Like,
see,
it's still
this is very privileged to say this, but I have the new rich, which is support from in-laws and very hands-on parents of my own.
Yeah.
And so whenever I'm lucky enough to be able to leave them in their care, I know my kids have the best fucking time ever. Like way more fun than with me and Hubs because the grandparents spoil them.
Yeah.
And all rules go out the window.
Yep.
They're like, you want ice cream at 8 a.m.? You got it, kid.
Yeah, fun.
You want soda before bed? Go for it. And you know, it's their problem, not mine. And I really relinquish control because I'm so grateful. Also, that's the role of grandparents.
100%.
So yeah, I don't feel guilty to have a weekend away, but also this is another varied experience and journey, the going away, because I've met some mums who they have a 3-year-old and they're like, I've never had a night away from my kid.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal.
And it becomes bigger, I think.
The older they are,
the longer you go and the older they get.
Yeah.
Because it becomes like you can't imagine it. Like, you know,
Totally.
you're like, I can't imagine unsupervised bath time. Like, it just becomes like, well, my kid will never be able to do that, you know? Yeah. So it's one of those things that you either sort of, you do it or you don't do it.
Totally.
Just sidestep while we're here, you know, I've spoken that me and Americana are doing couples therapy, and the huge thing at the moment that we're like wrapping our heads around is our therapist says to us, if you love your kids and your family, you have to prioritize your relationship as number one. She's like, I believe.
Is this specific for blended families?
Nope.
Just
families in general.
Wow.
She's like, it is my strong belief after 25 years of couples therapy or being a psychologist, whatever, that the order that it must go for healthy success in relationship and individual happiness is number one, the relationship.
Yeah.
Number 2, relationship with self. Number 3, the kids. And that blew both our minds.
Well, because each thing benefits from the thing before.
Well, it's a trickle down
absolutely
sort of situation.
Well, it makes sense. Like the kids are going to get a better version of you if you're feeling secure and stable and humming along in your relationship and you know who you are.
But I know we say that.
Yeah,
but
it's hard.
I don't think anyone really thinks that. Like
I don't think many people practice that.
No, but also if you ask me like what is the most important thing to you, I'm not going to say myself. I'm going to say my kids.
Yeah.
Like that just falls out of me and I truly believe that. Like and that's the most natural response to think no, my number one, no matter what, is my kids. So I'm working really hard to try and get inside this concept and understand it and embody it because at the moment I kind of don't believe it. I believe her and I trust her and I believe in her insight and I want to sort of learn it. But can
I interrupt for a second? Because you said the most important thing to me is my kids. Can I reword it to what takes the most priority?
My kids.
Yes, because even with that reframe, I feel like they're number one.
Yeah.
And, you know, in your situation, especially with blended families, like I've got a few friends now who have repartnered and are navigating blending with someone else who has kids of their own as well. It has to inherently be an understanding of my kids come first.
Yeah, before you.
before the relationship.
And like I once heard it described as when you blend and when you repartner, you have to accept the idea that if all of you are on a boat and drowning, they're going to save their kids before you, you know, that's
or
just
your
like,
kids.
Yeah, or you're going to save your kids before
Yeah.
them, you know, like that's just the analogy. Like, and you have to sort of get comfortable with that. And what our therapist is sort of bringing to the table is really challenging us because she's basically identified we have a problem where we can't kind of move forward until we really acknowledge and prioritize the relationship and ourselves. Because for me, I'm like, well, it feels like a betrayal of my kids if I prioritize my relationship. But she's trying to help us understand
But they benefit.
that everybody benefits.
Yeah.
And you can't sort of shepherd them into this stage of life if you're not working on and prioritizing the relationship. But I'm finding it challenging. It's really challenging me. Yeah, it's really, really tricky. But that's like, I'm just coming back to parents' weekends away. You know, it doesn't have to be blended. Like Esther Perel's always like, oh, look at everyone. The kids get new clothes. The kids have all these activities. The kids get holidays. The kids have the food they want for dinner. And we leave ourselves to just rot?
Crumbs on the floor.
But if you like treat yourselves and each other, then of course, you know, you have just a happier, more fulfilled, realized version of yourself. Of course the kids benefit from that.
I think the challenge of it, because I'm feeling challenged by this chat and I feel defensive. My husband and I are definitely in this era of like high-fiving each other with
As
the
you
kids.
walk past each other out the door.
Well, with the kids between us.
Yeah.
It's like, you got them, we got that. Like, we're low priority and that's okay. And there's this kind of mutual understanding, but there's deep love and respect for each other. But for us anyway, I can only speak from my own experience, but there's a knowingness of we will have our time back with each other. And every time we go on holiday, we get glimpses of the versions of ourselves that we miss when we're together pre-kids. And we're like, oh, okay, we're going to, like, I love holiday husband. He's my, this is who I traveled with and lived life with. And when he was the subject of my entire camera roll, he's still there for me. But we don't apply pressure on each other and ourselves for our relationship to be, I don't even know what.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But it sounds like because you have a base there, because no one's pushing the other person.
No.
And that's what you have. And that's the difference.
So we don't have the tension.
Yeah. You don't have
currently.
tension.
Yeah.
Because how many friends do we have where one of them is like, he's not investing in me. I feel like I'm just the carer and the cook and the chef and the taxi of this house. He barely makes eye contact with me. Or the other thing, which is like, oh, he puts so much pressure on me to connect and he's jealous and I don't have, you know, if I can't go out with my girlfriends because he wants all my spare time to be for him, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
I know, but even if that is the situation that you're confronted with, the hard thing is that the kids are part of the daily grind that doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Whereas putting time and effort and energy into your relationship, it feels like episodic. Like, okay, we've got the energy now. We're going to do therapy. We're going to do something about marriage, or we're going to have that chat and the hard conversation that's been festering underneath. We're finally going to do it. Whereas with kids, it's that constant. And so it's very...
And you can't put them down to the
and
side.
Well,
you just can't.
You can't get off that ride.
No.
So you've got to kind of jigsaw it in to the conveyor belt that is constant and ever moving. So I just want to say to our DLs, like, it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's really hard to make time for these things. And not only that, you both have to be willing participants. And sometimes there's a numbness that exists through motherhood and also fatherhood, parenthood in general, where you're both just trying to fucking survive.
Yeah.
And yeah, you might not feel connected, but it's almost easier sometimes to just shelve yourself in order to survive and keep going. I'm not saying it's the right thing.
No, but there's no right or wrong. We're all just trying to figure it out, right? However, the danger is, and you don't know, but the danger is if you shelve things that you grow apart, that they change.
You don't evolve together.
You don't evolve together, that you do lose each other and that you don't have 15, 18, 20 years to shelve that or deprioritize that, because when you come back, you'll be a completely new person. You know, so
that is the risk.
And well, it's not. It's just like sometimes these things are in our control and sometimes they're not. But I think having an awareness and And even just thinking about it,
Yeah.
you know, like is important because I think, yeah, we all know that we don't have time for all of it.
Yeah.
But every now and then you love an audit or a reset or a,
Yep.
you know, like just running your brain over like, okay, what is the makeup of our life right now and what are we prioritizing?
Do you know what I want to say to our DLs is when inspiration sparks, maybe it's off the back of listening to this episode. I don't know. Like sometimes I see a TV series about sex or there's a strong sex focus in a TV series and I start to feel things again. And then I'm reflective on my own sex life and sexual health. And I'm like, oh, okay. I want to do, like, you've really got to act on the inspo when it strikes.
Totally.
Like, don't
Otherwise it just blows past you.
It
See
just
ya.
dissolves.
Down the street with the tumbleweed.
Cheerio. And I guess, like, if you're feeling like, you know what? We're due for an audit. I'm due for a sit down to have that hard conversation. In fact, I'm gonna force both of us to come to the party.
Oh, it doesn't always have to be a hard conversation. We're due for some fun. That's what me and Americano find hard in the, like, you know, like the life and the kids and the different schedules and the, you know, like sport and the parties and the play dates and the, oh my God, and all that stuff and work, you know, is where like we are fucking overdue for some fun, like us fun. What do we like to do? You know, where do we want to go? What fills us up and makes us feel happy so that we can trickle down through the whole family, you know? It's hard.
Just have that really light chat with your partner where you sit down and go, what do you want out of life?
Where are we going?
What do you want?
What are goals?
Yeah. What do you
Well, some
need?
people find goals fun, don't they, Jem?
I find goals hot.
That's like Jem's turn on is goals.
And Hubs it's our date night dream is to sit down and
that's your
plan.
foreplay. Your foreplay is like
100p.
a retirement plan.
Like I say, we have a 5-year plan and a 10-year plan, and sometimes spanners get thrown in the works, you know, and that's okay too. You adapt, but it's just fun. We're dreamers. It's for us, it's fun to dream. It's not scary or unrealistic or silly. It's like doing a thought experiment about what your future might look like.
But some people just like going for a swim together or like
also
the
beautiful.
Movies, all those things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, everyone's got their thing. You got to just get back to that
tap
thing.
back into that well that fills both of your cups.
Anyway, we've been all over the world today.
We really have.
Tell me something I can buy, Jem. Hit me with your knot spawn.
Have I got a knot spawn for you? Actually, this is a repeat offender knot spawn.
Oh.
It's something that you shared, Revz, as a knot spawn. And at that time, I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds nice. And I'm going back like maybe 3.5 years.
Okay.
You shared this. Anyway, I got served it as an ad on my Insta. And I was like, what's this? And I was like, why does this feel familiar? Da-ding, that's right. Revz shared this. I'm fucking in. It's called Luxuriate Candles.
Oh, subscription.
Is it?
Yeah.
I haven't even got that far into the
bought one
website.
candle?
Look, all I know is that I want one.
Yep.
It's an investment, but I like the refillable nature of the candles.
They're stunning. I've still got mine.
Yeah, so for context, DLs, I'm not doing a very good job explaining this, but you basically buy these luxurious stone, like you can get onyx.
Crystal or stone. They're a vessel for the candle.
Yeah, so it arrives as a candle and you get to pick the scent. You also get to pick the casing, the shell of the candle.
Vessel.
But then once the candle burns down, you remove it and then it becomes a vessel that you can put jewelry in or use to put your makeup brushes in.
You can do that, or you can get a subscription
and
they send you a
it.
new candle every 2 months.
Yeah, and they also have sample packs where you can buy little tea light candles so that you can test the aromas and the scents. That's in a beginner's pack.
It would make an amazing gift.
Yes.
It's something that I need to get back into it. I've still got my vessel, but I was on the subscription for like a full year and it was so cool because I would burn, because the thing about candles is you never fucking burn them because what are you saving them for? Some special event or whatever. But the good thing is if you know you've got another one coming, you just light it and you enjoy it and you really use the product.
Yeah.
And I've got the green onyx vessel and it's so
Do you have the green
stunning.
one? That's the one I've got my eye on.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Yeah.
Because when the candle goes through it, it burns turns and it glows like through the onyx. It's really stunning. There's like
so
a pink
pretty.
quartz, there's a rose quartz one, the
Yeah.
black marble. They're
Anyway,
stunning.
I've just never seen anything so beautiful.
Yeah, they're
and
really gorgeous.
luxurious.
And I love the sustainable nature of it because it is wasteful when you buy a new candle. Every time you need a candle, you've got a new vessel, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I know people do refill their own candles, but this is for those of us who do not have time or the will or the nous or the want to candle make.
Hit me with your not spawn.
I've got a recipe.
Oh, it's been a while.
Recipes are controversial these days.
Why?
Just all recipes online.
Oh, we're talking about Brookie and Nagi. Watch out.
Watch out. Anyway, this is just a really simple 3-ingredient pea fritter
Oh.
that the kids love.
Question.
Yes.
I'm not well versed in the world of fritters.
I mean, are any of us surprised?
Is a fritter like a frittata?
No, it's like a pancake.
Okay.
Like
All
a
right.
corn-
I
like-
really didn't know what
Like
a fritter
corn
was.
fritters.
Never eaten one.
Yes, you have. I've literally been with you when you've eaten a corn fritter.
I mustn't like them because I've never.
Like you've never been to a cafe and had a fritter.
I've seen people eat them and I'm like, not for me. But
You'd
anyway,
love them. Anyway,
You
you'd-
would-
you'd
I would
drown
love them.
You would. You'd drown them in hot sauce. You'd love
what
it.
would you put in it? Go on, hit us with that. Your pea
Well,
fritter.
ignore Jem. This is for kids.
Oh,
Okay, it's if you've got an egg, some cheese, and some frozen peas in your freezer, which I always have those 3 things. Although eggs are becoming hard to come by, you get 1 egg, a handful of cheese, and some frozen peas, and you whip it all together in a bowl.
whisk it.
Whisk it,
Yeah.
whatever. Yep, mix it.
Yeah.
Don't worry too much about the combination, and you chuck that in a pan, and it makes the yummiest.
And that's it.
Yeah, protein, good fats.
I've got more questions. I promised myself that I wouldn't pick apart your not spawn, but it's because I want to know more.
Okay.
How is that different to an omelette?
I guess.
Like, why is it called a fritter? Genuinely, help me understand. Because when I hear whisked
It's the
eggs,
ratios. Like,
okay,
yeah.
because when
it's not like an egg with some peas scattered through and a
okay,
little
so
bit
it's
of
like
cheese.
a shitload of peas.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're like, you mash the peas up.
Okay, well, you didn't express that.
Well, I'm
part.
going to put a link to the recipe in the
Okay.
show notes. I'm not going to walk you step by step now while you're driving home from work
No, I
how
wanna
to
hear
make
it.
a pea fritter.
No, DL, I feel the DL's collective nodding. We want to hear
Darling,
it.
I love you, but most people will go, cool, so you mash the peas, you chuck in some grated cheese and you whisk an egg through and then you put it in the pan.
Well, I was imagining an omelette with the odd pea.
you're
amongst
not
it.
my target market here.
I want to be. You know what? You should look to grow and broaden your target market.
To one more person.
Yep.
You mash the peas.
Yep.
You chuck in a handful
love
of
you for
grated
indulging.
cheese.
Thank you.
Crack 1 egg in, you whisk it all together,
Okay.
and then you just sort of like pancakes.
Yeah.
You just put a dollop of each and flatten it with your spatula or your egg flip.
Like, what size are we talking?
A fritter size.
Like a coaster? Is that
Sure.
Is that too small?
Perfect. Depending on the age of your child and how much
Okay.
they will eat or what they like to hold in their hand. You could do this for kids in high chairs. You could do this for like primary school age kids. I reckon teenagers would even like this. You could put sweet chili. You could put Kewpie mayo. You could put tomato sauce. They could dip it in hummus. It's like the easiest, democratized. Everyone will love these. Yummy. And they've, protein and good fats and
peas.
and yeah.
My kids love peas.
Yeah, peas are delicious. Peas are yummy and sweet, and they're just like they look nice. It looks like chip adjacent,
Really?
Yeah, because you fry it in the fry pan.
So it's not textured like a pancake. It's crisp. It's hard.
I give up.
Is it hard?
It's a fritter.
I've
I don't know how to help you.
never had a fritter.
Like I almost know you've had a fritter.
I haven't.
Like hash brown.
Oh, you have had hash browns?
Yeah, that's a fritter. That's a potato fritter.
Okay, I didn't know that. I was today years old.
Someone has to help Jem learn food. And I think it's gonna be me. Thanks for being here, DLs. We love you. Thanks for accepting us and loving us as we are.
I feel like you're working really hard to accept me right now.
I'm working overtime.
We love you, DLs.
There's a watch party this Thursday for you. We watched the incredible series Dying for Sex.
Oh my
and
God.
we could not wait to talk about it. it is such a love letter to women, to best friends, to sex, to life. And
honestly, DLs, if you watch Nobody Wants This and you loved that genre, this isn't the same, but it's kind of adjacent to that in terms of style.
It's like a more sophisticated, sort of elegant step on from that kind of thing.
But if you like that kind of show, this will tickle your pickle. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, we cried our eyes out. We felt big. We loved it. So we had to dissect it on Watch Party. If you're not a subscriber, we'll be back for Bestie Hotline. And of course, set your alarms. Monday, 2nd of June, tickets to Who Is She?
Bye-bye.
Bye.